G'day guys, Dave Lee coming at you once again. In this video we'll be taking a look at the latest release from Walt Disney Pictures. Directed by Marc Forster and starring Ewan McGreggor, Hayley Atwell and the voice of Jim Cummings, it is Christopher Robin. Somewhat following on from 1977's animated The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, Christopher Robin picks up a few decades after Robin said goodbye to Pooh and friends in the 100 Acre Wood, and finds him as a broken, middle-aged family man on the verge of a nervous breakdown. Pooh also finds himself down and out of his luck and lonely as his friends have gone missing in the 100 Acre Wood. In a twist of fate, Pooh and Robin are reunited in their hour of need. While Robin returns to the wood with Pooh to help him find the missing gang, Pooh helps Robin rekindle his lust for life and childlike wonder. Christopher Robin is the next in a long line of Disney's lucrative animation to live action reboots, reimaginings, sequels, whatever you want to call them. I've been a pretty big fan of these so far, and while I sung my praises for last year's Beauty and the Beast, I think this is one that is very close to stealing the crown of my favourite one yet. This is an incredibly charming and enchanting movie, and as a big fan of Winnie the Pooh since childhood, I absolutely love seeing these stories and characters come to life in such a wonderful way on the big screen. It's quite obvious from the very beginning that this movie doesn't just aim to please young viewers, but also aims to tug on the nostalgic heartstrings of the older fans who grew up with the Disney films and the A.A. Milne stories. In fact, I would probably go as far as saying that while this looks like a kids movie on the outset, it's probably more so geared towards the adult audience at its core. And in saying that, this is quite possibly Disney's most mature family outing, maybe ever. I've heard some call the movie dark and some call it depressing, and while it is dark and I guess kind of somber from time to time, these are elements that naturally come along with the movie's more mature and I guess more realistic nature. Is this a bad thing? Absolutely not. I think the approach that Disney and the filmmakers have taken with this adaptation isn't just a bold move, but an absolutely perfect one. I honestly couldn't imagine this movie working any other way. I mean, where 2011's attempted animation reboot of the franchise crashed and burned, Christopher Robin absolutely soars sky high. While Christopher Robin gears itself to an older audience, there's plenty here for the young ones to love too. There's a number of great songs and plenty of enchanting sequences. And though a little less colourful and exuberant, Pooh and his friends are relatively the same as they have always been. Fun, exciting, and funny. In fact, I kind of found them to be funnier than ever, as the movie offers up a ton of hysterical laugh-out-loud moments that had myself and the audience at my screening in stitches. Jim Cummings is fantastic as Pooh and Tigger as always, and the new voice cast are all great too, offering new, yet still recognisable takes on classic characters. Garret as Eeyore is an absolute standout. Ewan McGregor is likewise an incredible delight as Christopher Robin, as he always is, even though at times he may feel a little out of place in a movie like this. Despite that, he always looks like he's having fun both on screen and off, and that's kind of good enough for me. Hayley Atwell really surprised me in this too. I've always liked her work, especially as Agent Peggy Carter, but I think that this could be her best performance yet. I'd love to see her doing more big budget movies and less corny television stuff. If I had a couple of very small issues with this movie, it would be that at times I feel like it could have been a bit more colourful and a bit more vibrant, but I do understand why this movie never really quite pushes that far. Also, I kind of had a little issue with the movie's pacing. I don't mean to say that the movie is sluggish or a bore at really any moment, but I do feel like that at some moments it takes a very long time to get to certain places, and once we arrive there, it's seemingly over before it's even begun. Almost like big build-ups with small payoffs. But generally, I'm really happy with the tone of this movie, and it really does move fairly well and offers plenty of incredibly charming moments and gags. And at just under an hour and 45 minutes, the runtime is absolutely perfect for this film. Overall, Christopher Robin is a strange beast, which instead of offering a traditional Pooh feature, offers more of a non-pretentious adult character study, tackling the age-old dilemma of how do we grow up yet still retain our youthfulness head on. It's touching, honest, tear-inducing, and incredibly moving. And though done in a roundabout way, it's everything a good Winnie the Pooh story should be, dealing with the same morals as the earlier Disney features and Milne's original works, to which there are, in some of my favourite moments in the film, countless nods, winks, and references. At that, I am happy to award Christopher Robin with a pretty solid 4 out of 5, and cannot wait to see it again. Christopher Robin is a deeply moving feature, bringing Winnie the Pooh and friends back to the big screen in an incredibly unexpected yet somehow perfect way. There's plenty of tears to be shed, but also plenty of laughs to be had too. Though I wish it could have been maybe just a little brighter in parts and moved a little better. Overall, it's a close to perfect classic Pooh story, just told in an incredibly inventive way. Thanks so much to my brand new friends over at Walt Disney Pictures UK for inviting me to a very early preview screening of Christopher Robin here in London for the purposes of this review, and thanks to everybody out there for watching. If this is your first time viewing my channel, if you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more like this in the future, then please hit that big old subscribe button up on your screen right now and hit that like button down below. Also, don't forget to check out my many social media accounts and please consider supporting me over on Patreon. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope I'll see you all again soon. Until next time, take care, and I hope you have a wonderful day.